kick some ass.
Let's get our fucking shit together and kick some fucking ass!
What's up?
Welcome to Kicking Ass with Jesse
and Andy and Jesse's voice crack.
brought to you by American Barbell Club
and Iron Coffee Company
and Cured Nutrition
and Green Roads?
Green Roads.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Yeah, and On It takes care of us too.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Kickin' Ass Pod, no G and Kickin', and Kickin' Ass Podcast at
Hit
gmail.com.
that subscribe button.
For email. Yeah, rate and subscribe us on iTunes, guys. That helps big time.
Write us emails. Write us a story. We'll listen to it. We'll read it.
You get a shot. You get a shot from the tour.
No, yeah. Today was a long day for me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
the Buffalo date for you guys on Warped Tour has to be. It's a lot to handle.
Yeah. So obviously, if you guys listened to the podcast that we did before this, which was the Gratwick Tales one, we're still here. We're doing a second podcast. Yeah, and the day is getting later and later. And,
and I mean, you pretty much got started at what, like 8, 9 o'clock this morning?
Yeah, it was probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Running around or whatever like that. Critic was texting me at 8.
just ready to rip.
Getting going.
Yeah. What's the earliest you guys have played? Today you played 2:45.
We played like 12:50 the other day.
Yeah. Does that still feel like early morning?
No, that's like the best case scenario.
Oh, yeah?
You can just you have a whole day to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's got to kind of suck if you play later and you're just waiting around all day to play.
We've been playing late a lot. We probably played late more than we've played. Yeah, we played like 6 plus, like 6 p.m. plus.
Oh, really?
Probably 15, 16 times this tour.
It looked like today it was like deader after that time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, after the TID plays, what are you going to do?
What else?
Yeah, I mean,
what else do you got?
What kind of jabronis are you going to go watch?
I was kind of bummed.
Other than Twisted. That's the two TIDs.
Twisted was time. Oh, we got that was
E-TID and Twisted.
Yeah, we don't let me forget to bring that up.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Harm's Way. And I wanted to see Knock Loose. Harm's Way just got done like the other day, didn't they?
They only did like 4 shows. Like Knock Loose only did like 4 shows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Harm's Way just finished up too?
Yeah, Harm's Way finished up in Milwaukee.
Okay.
Yeah, and we were sharing a bus with them, so it was
Summer of Pump, babe.
Yeah, it was Summer Pump.
You just said, what did you guys like? That's seeing you guys sell shirts at the merch stand, and the shirts aren't even on display. They have to be specifically asked for. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and like you know how John does it. like when John sent us the Kickin' Ass podcast ones.
Yeah, and the most gigantic box of all time.
It was the same exact box.
Yeah.
So like we have so many of those.
That's so cool.
Which is so rad, and like obviously like
you did some online sales. You said
the
today
greatest.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those shirts are awesome.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen them, it's Andy and John from Harm's Way.
From and James.
Okay.
But it's Summer Pump, and I think he just put it up Big Cartel on Big Cartel. So just look Summer Pump on Big Cartel and. There's some tish there.
Yeah. I said that the Every Time I Die shirt with just like a basic ass picture of you guys.
Yeah.
Says Every Time I Die, no gimmicks needed. I think that's like one of the coolest shirts you guys have ever fucking had.
There's no gimmicks on it.
It's
black and white.
Yeah, it's just a basic picture of you guys. I think's fucking sweet, man.
I think that's like the one thing about nowadays is like people are so afraid to show themselves on a shirt or like on a cover of a record, or I mean like rappers do it and stuff like that, but in a band it's like you got to have some sort of cool imagery, and like I think there's nothing cooler than just showing yourself as yourself. And
I mean like sick. This is the band you're listening to.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I same thing. I think that's fucking rad. Same thing with wrestlers. Like when wrestlers have a picture of themselves on the shirt, I think that goes a long way too.
Remember the Biff Busick, like him holding the dog?
It's like it was a cat, wasn't it? With like the lasers behind him?
Yeah, I thought it was a dog.
But it's
a sick fucking shirt.
Yeah, just him holding it with the laser
making
background.
like the Biff Busick face.
Yeah.
It's my favorite shirt.
All right, so we got 6 of us in here with 2 microphones. I'm nervous but I mean, this is a cool concept. We basically have like the Buffalo Brothers, minus Nick and Eddie, in the lounge of the back of the bus. We got a sweet day to talk about, but when you guys talk, just make sure you talk into the microphone.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna pass it to Bennett first.
We actually have Kevin Bennett, our producer, here.
Yeah.
But he's not producing today. This Steve Jobs ghost is.
Whose idea was that? The Twisted E-TID combo. Daniel, you tell.
Yeah.
I just found out Twisted was a band on the way here. And so Twisted, Every Time I Die, Eated. Twisted. Collab album, waiting to happen. And you got to paint your face.
I've been dying to paint my face my entire career.
And you have to join Twisted.
Yeah, please.
Give me a whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Yeah.
I've been dying for this opportunity.
Dude, that like the sickest thing in the world is the very first it was Ventura, so it was 3 shows in. They did a vegan barbecue. So it was like Twisted tonight is doing a vegan because they're vegan. No, like this is in Ventura, California. Like we all got flyers on our bus that said like tonight vegan barbecue held by Twisted, which is like when you think of juggalos, you do not think of veganism. You know what I mean? Like something like that. So like Hannah was out at the time and she's like, yo, let's go see what it's about. So we like walk over there and I see some of the office people on Warped like hanging out. So I walk up to them and they're like, yo, let me introduce you to these dudes. And I'm like, and at first I'm like, okay, dude, a little apprehensive. Like, I don't really want to meet these dudes. You know what I mean? Like, we're not the same people. You know what I mean? Like, thinking that.
Yeah.
And then like, literally, Monoxide Child, which is the dude with the goatee, not the blonde mohawk. That's that is Mad Rocks.
Nice.
He like turns around and he goes, "Hey man, what's up? I'm Paul," and just like puts his hand out. It's like, "Oh, what's up, man?" And then like literally the other dude chains around and he goes, "Hey man, I'm Jamie," and like
Monoxide Child.
Yeah, Monoxide Child's Paul.
Mad Rocks.
Mad Rocks is Jamie Madrox. His last name is Maddrox. So Mad Rocks. And then Jamie's brother is the tall dude with the blonde or the green mohawk.
Oh yeah.
That was on stage. And super fucking nice, dude. Like and they're just like talking like, "Oh man, we're fucking so stoked." Dude, I think that combination of those dudes having the balls to come on a tour like this, where everybody is super opinionated, super fucking, like, if you're not part of the clique, blah, blah, then fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, for those dudes to, like, come on a tour like this and be fucking rad, they make more money than all of us. When they go on tour, they make fucking, like, crazy amounts of money. They
have $100 shirt.
Yeah, and people buy it.
It's selling.
It's selling out. Like if
Yeah.
multiple sizes were sold
Yeah.
out.
And people buy it. So, like, they don't need this tour. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to, like, bridge a gap, which is sick. Like I said, I think that's, like, they have more balls than all of us. This is safe for Every Time I Die. You know what I mean? Like, that's not safe for... They don't know how they're going to do on this tour. You know what I mean? So, like, for them, that's... Like, if this is a punk rock tour, they're, like, the most punk rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By doing that shit. And it's like... And it's not like they just put a fucking video out without the makeup. So, like, you'd think that if this was the tour after that, they would do it without the makeup. They're like, fuck no, this is who we are. We're going to fucking do it with the makeup on. It's fucking awesome. So, I mean, that's like, it's, you know, meeting them and then them being fucking super nice was just rad. And they do it right, man. Like, all of us, do we tow a fucking trailer with, like, our merch in? There's no fucking room in it. Like, my like, cornhole boards barely fit in the fucking trailer at the end of the night. Those dudes rent a box truck, fill it with merch, and then tow a car. So that, like, when they're done playing, they can just go and fuck off.
Oh wow.
Like, so smart, dude. Like, so smart. So, yeah, they're fucking sick.
I should have mentioned it on the last podcast. I told you guys on the way here, Backyard Wrestling, I actually came out to a Twisted song called What the Fuck. We're going to listen to it on the way home. It's a great song.
They didn't play that today?
No, it's like, this is one, because I saw ICP at Showplace Theater in 97 or 98, and Twisted opened for them.
Yeah.
But, like, they didn't have a gimmick or anything. Like, there was a, you know, like the yellow or the orange, like, prison jumpsuits?
Yeah.
There was a dude with a Michael Myers. There was a dude with a jumpsuit on with a Michael Myers mask, and there was a dude with a jumpsuit and a Jason Voorhees mask, and they just kind of bobbed the whole time, and then Twisted were just like two normal dudes who rapped, and they were just, because ICP's like stage setup, they had a curtain, so they were just in front of the curtain.
Yeah.
And they gave out like a little CD and it had like 2 songs on it. One of them was What the
backlined for ICP.
Yeah. And then What the Fuck is an awesome jam.
But they have like there's a crazy thing because they're still like Juggalos and they're in the Juggalo like family, but ICP and Twisted like beef.
They beef now, yeah. Because Twisted wouldn't do the march on Washington.
No. They have their own label. I read all about this.
I don't remember why.
Besides Psychopathic?
But ICP beefs them because of it.
So, this is a real reason.
Oh, shit.
I looked it up. Twisted started their own record label.
Yeah.
And like 5 dudes from Psychopathic Records went to their
Jumped
label.
over?
Yeah. So like, I think the beef started before that, and then it probably was like, no, we don't want to do this with you.
Yeah.
Like the March on Washington or whatever like that. So.
Damn.
That's on a Reddit though. I read it on Reddit.
That's reliable.
You can't leave the Juggalo family though. Once
No, they're in. They're still Juggalos.
Well, that's like Tech 9. Like Tech 9, I don't know if he's on Psychopathic Records, but like he does a lot of the Juggalo stuff.
Yeah.
He's on Strange Music.
Coolio's a Juggalo.
But he's Juggalo adjacent.
Coolio has a Hatchet Man tattoo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just like Vanilla Ice is like kind of like a Juggalo dude.
He's Juggalo friendly.
Scott Hall's a Juggalo dude. Scott Hall loves him.
Dude, I don't think I'd ever listened to.
Oh, Willie, yeah, he's a Juggalo. Willie Mack has a Juggalo tattoo. Remember when like Scott Hall used to come out and like on TNA and he had like the Juggalo necklace on and like an ICP T-shirt.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yo, tell us, you got Puff. What do you got?
Oh, nothing. They just handed me the mic.
I'll say this: Puff today. Like there was, I don't know, there was a couple thousand watching us today, and Puff walked across stage, and Puff got a chant.
That was one of the coolest things that ever happened to me.
Yeah,
it's so
a fucking
sick.
Puff chant. Like it went from like Buffalo chant to a Puff chant.
Yeah. Fucking on stage at Warped Tour. I never thought I'd see the moment where I'm on stage at Warped Tour and they're chanting my name.
Yeah.
You were kind of hard to miss with your gigantic safari hat on.
Oh yeah, safari hat and my red and black tie-dye Twisted shirt that I bought before I watched Twisted. Yeah. But I'm so fucking glad I bought it because they fucking killed it.
Dude, they lived up to the name.
Twisted fucking rules.
I kept saying, Puff, like you were making me nervous because like I think there was a couple times you really thought you could make that stage dive.
Oh, I was never gonna do the stage dive.
Thank God, because I didn't.
You thought? Well, people kept asking me to. Like I was like joking about it, but like people in the crowd saw me and they're like,
yeah, come
here," and I'm like, oh,
yeah, we totally got it.
I was like doing that, but I was just looking for. I thought there was like a staircase I could jump down.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wanted to get in the damn pit. I got in the pit in like the last song.
Oh yeah. Puff's a big map change mark. Marked out for map.
You guys all
map
came
change.
out to map change.
Oh yeah, Saturday night.
Yeah.
The map changers over here. 3-man tag team. That show was not great, but we had a fun fucking time.
Yeah.
It was me, Blackwood, and Dan. They're sitting here. And we came out to map change in front of a crowd of maybe 30 people.
40 to 50.
40 to 50. Okay,
Hell
we'll
yeah.
be generous. Maybe 35. 30. I kept thinking there was like 40 to 50, but I think it's less now that I'm like thinking back. I don't know about maybe 20. I don't know. However many people there were in New Jersey, in Mansville, New Jersey, but they were not reacting to anything on this show, and we were the match before the main event. So I was just going to go out and have a great time. We're coming up to map change. I go out there, Dan jumps on my back, and I'm just running around the ring, air guitaring it to fucking map change, not giving a goddamn. I was just fucking losing my mind. And then I was just dancing in the ring afterwards. It was great. I did a Cesaro swing.
I got to say, too, about the match, Puff people kept, like, the promoter thanked us afterwards. Like,
really?
Yeah, he was like, "Thank you so much." And I'm like, people kept putting it over, but like literally, if Puff wasn't there, it would have been the exact same thing as the rest of the show. Like the crowd was just, the crowd was shot, dude.
Yeah.
But like there was like a bachelor party there, like 3 guys there for some dude's bachelor party, and they fucking loved Puff.
Oh, okay.
And so they got they would start a chant, and then so I would like work the rest of the crowd, like do what they're doing.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's what got everything going.
Okay, so the promoter was happy about that.
Yeah.
It's that whole thing. Like Kevin Nash said this before. It's like a lot of times, like if the fans, like if they can tell that you're having a good time, then they're gonna have a good time. You know what I mean?
And because it wasn't a show where you couldn't like take yourself too seriously there.
Yeah,
like
just
like
you gotta know your audience.
Yeah,
for sure. I was talking earlier about the girl with like the bloody crusty nose.
Oh my god!
Do you think?
I was afraid she was gonna try to touch it.
Yeah. She. Do you think she actually got her shit checked out, or she was just like, I broke my nose, and
she said that they told her.
Yeah, who's they?
I don't know who they is.
They could be anybody.
Exactly. I don't know if it was actual.
I
EMTs.
feel like if she got her nose checked out, like they would have cleaned it.
Yeah, they probably would have wiped the blood off her face. That's a really good
Very
point.
good point.
Covered in dry blood.
Yeah. At the same time, though, she was very nice.
Yeah.
And then we walked past.
She was very excited to see us.
We were walking over to the rides, and some girl, like a girl that worked at Darien Lake, just did like a double take, and she was like, "Oh, ESW?" We were like, "Yeah." You guys are ESW, and then that was it.
She said, she looked at us and she said, Kevin Blackwood,
Yeah, she picked
Daniel
up
Garcia,
one
and
by
Pepper
one.
Parks, you 3 are ESW. And I said, wow, that's really generous and kind of you. And she was like, not that Kevin Bennett guy, though. I was like, you're goddamn right.
The golden boy, Kevin Bennett.
I have to tell a story about today. I almost got arrested today.
Oh, what?
I almost got arrested at Warped Tour. So we're walking to the rides, right? I see Nickel City Venomous walking. I'm like, hey, Venomous. I grab him. We start walking. They're ahead of me. Blackwood and Daniel they're quite ahead of me. And I keep walking, and then I feel this aggressive man come up to me, grabs me by the shoulder, and then he's like, hey, where are you going? And I was like, what the and then he's like, do you have an iPhone 8? And I said, yes, I do. And he's like, let me see it. And it was like a cop or a security or whatever. So I'm like,
The dude that grabbed you was a cop?
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right.
No real authority.
Okay.
Well, whatever he was in uniform.
But he worked somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, so I pull out my phone, and he's like, are you with those other guys? And I'm like, are you talking about the guy with the black arm? And he's like, yeah, that guy. So I was like, yeah. He's like, somebody got their iPhone stolen or whatever, and it was being tracked like where we were walking or whatever. So I was like, well, what do you want me to do? I'm like, I even pull out my phone and then do the fingerprint thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, you got to stay here. And like, we got to figure out if you stole this thing or not. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, let's look at my pictures. I go to like Saturday and it's pictures of me.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, all right. And then he's like trying to like still play the authority role. And like, he's like, let me tell you what, you're free to go. Because I showed him the pictures. I'm like,
I love a build-up. Yo, let me tell you what. You're free to go.
that's exactly what he did.
Like it was his idea.
There was
yeah,
like
yeah,
an
yeah.
awkward pause too for like 15 seconds of us just looking like for these people coming like, bro, you know that I didn't steal this phone.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
he wanted to go and get you guys too, and I wish he did. I wish he would have tackled you
I
guys.
wish you would have got your ass.
He's like, yeah, like do they have iPhone 8? I don't fucking know.
Is that new?
What did who was remember when we first got to the rides and like I think I was walking with you, Blackwood, but like that chick was like talking to you guys. She just grabbed you guys and started like telling you about like her life or
Oh
something.
yeah, she's like,
Oh, when we first like walked into the park,
Yeah.
it was me and fucking Bennett, and this chick just was like, what was she talking to us about?
she's like, yeah, oh, can you guys get into the park? Like after she just walked through.
As
She's
we're
like,
in the park.
can you guys get into the park for free with Warped Tour ticket? And then you're like, yeah, wristband or whatever. And she's like,
no, I looked at her and said, I go wherever the fuck I want. For
Yeah,
free. It's a
and
free
she's
go,
like-
free world.
she's like,
It's a
yeah.
free world.
She's like, yeah, I got punched in the face.
Yeah, she's like, I got punched in the face. I had to attack her.
She's like, I had to pick up my sister out of the mosh pit because she almost got killed.
Was she by herself?
Yes.
Was she wasted?
No,
she was just-
She was kind of off.
She was
I was
out
just saying
there.
weird shit to her to like walk away. For her to walk away, I was like, she like said she punched a girl in the face. I'm like, yeah, I had to punch multiple girls in the face today. And just like saying all this weird random shit.
And she's like agreeing with him the whole
She
time.
was agreeing.
Yeah,
She's like,
oh,
oh
yeah.
yeah, totally. Me
Yeah.
too. Like, I was like,
And then we just kind of departed. And then you took a shit.
I did.
For a
I
half
did
hour.
poop after that.
Where? Which one?
You walk in to the
Like out by the
park,
rides.
like, yeah, like right across from like a big bar.
Great
There
place.
was a women's room and a men's room. I used the men's room, and then
Easier
I
answer.
pooped.
It was a public restroom.
Yeah. That's
And he
what it
fell
was.
asleep on the toilet
That's not
for
true.
45 minutes. You were gone forever.
I was gone for a while, but like I also was searching for you guys through this park. I went all the way towards the Superman because I thought that's where you guys were going. But you guys went to the Tantrum, so I had to go look for some place called the Tantrum. I had to ask a person, and they took me to the Tantrum.
That sounds like a shitty downtown bar. Tantrum.
Why did you think that?
You fell asleep behind a tree on the grass.
I was passed
Yo,
out.
you're
on the
Bennett's
fucking
young
grass.
boy. You just listen to him.
Yeah. whatever.
No, I'm Bennett's young boy. It goes in order.
We figured out this
Yeah.
lineage. The other day.
I'm Bennett's young boy. Daniel's my young boy. Puff's Daniel's young boy.
We all gave each other. The
Nolan is Puff's young boy.
No. Stop right. Cancel the podcast forever. I'm gone. Nolan, if you're listening, which you probably are, fuck you.
Buy another 8x10.
big pop from Andy on that one.
That's good. I don't want to like throw him out, but I've had a lot of wrestlers come out on Warped Tour, and a wrestler came out and another wrestler came up and he goes, yeah, that guy should be buying a ticket. And I thought that was like the best thing in the world. Like, that guy should be buying a ticket. Like, that was his like approach, saying the guy was like dog shit. It was really fun.
That's a good way to put it. I guy should probably be buying it.
Not trying to throw anyone under the bus.
Yeah, but that is a good line.
It was great.
Tell us who it is afterwards.
I will.
Okay, if you say so.
I have to mention that, though. I have had a couple dudes come out. RSP, Greg, and Matt Cross all came out to
Matt
Cleveland.
Cross
Yeah.
That's sweet.
And then we had Trey Miguel, MJF. No, MJF didn't come. It was
That's a different day.
what?
Matt Cross is a damn legend.
He is a legend.
He is.
Put that out there.
Yeah. So Trey Miguel, Zachary Woods, and Dave Christ all came out to a show.
Dave Chris was here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then, yeah, it was cool. But Trey Miguel was talking about you guys and putting, like, they couldn't stop talking about Buffalo. Like, him and Zachary Wentz were just like, Buffalo, man. All the Buffalo guys were there. And then he brought up you, Kev Bennett, and said that you guys had a great match. He said it was one of his favorite matches.
Bennett and Trey Miguel was one of the best matches I've ever seen live.
For real?
It was so good.
That was because they did the Smash CZW. It was 3 shows, right?
Yeah, how was that?
CZW.
It was. I've only wrestled on one of the shows, but the rep were really cool guys.
Well, it was you and Blackwood versus the rep.
Yeah, me and
CZW,
Blackwood against the rep. They were really nice.
I like them a lot.
The match went really well. I think crowd was kind of into it.
Yeah.
Sarnia wasn't like as packed as it usually was, but
Oh,
like,
really?
it was still a lot of fun.
Because what they did, London, Sarnia, Toronto.
Yes. Yeah.
Sarnia, London, Toronto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Puff hit a sweet dragon suplex on Brandon Kirk.
I was super pumped about that. Super pumped
Saw
to
it
finally
on
hit
Twitter.
the Puff the Magic Dragon suplex.
It was Brandon Kirk.
Yeah, me versus Brandon Kirk. It was a fun match. One of the more fun matches I've had recently.
Did you guys all get along with the CZW dudes?
Oh yeah, big time. They were awesome. Like, we saw Kirk the next weekend, like this past weekend, at Synergy, and he was super cool to us. We were talking to him.
Hell
He
yeah.
was putting over the match. How we had a bunch of fun.
I didn't hear much about that though, Bennett. You and Trey Miguel was like really good.
Yeah,
Well,
I thought it was awesome.
What did you have that weekend? You wrestled all 3 weeks.
I wrestled just the 2 days. First show, I wrestled Matt Cross.
Oh, you did in the singles?
Yeah.
Oh, how was it?
It was how many matches were on that card? Like 6?
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, crowd was what? Like, okay.
Oh,
Well,
this is in Sarnia?
yeah.
tired.
Like
Yeah.
they were kind of dead at the end, and
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't like my own performance.
Yeah.
I blew a spot, but whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
It happens.
other than that, like it was cool.
okay?
I got to wrestle Matt Cross.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was good. And then for some reason, just I had a kick-ass match with Trey Miguel the next day.
Yeah.
So like Because like when I don't know, when I feel like
London?
Yeah.
So it's probably a hard crowd.
Like when I feel like I underperform, like I get down on myself. But
Yeah.
then it's like you have a kick-ass match the next day, and you're like, holy shit,
Because
let's go get signed.
Yeah. Because you want to. Because like when you have that bad match, it's like you don't feel good until you get a good one.
Like it wasn't a bad match, it just felt off. But it's also because like if the crowd's down too, it's kind of like
yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was cool. Like he was awesome. Matt Cross is awesome.
He's a good dude.
Yeah. And but Trey Miguel, he's the truth. That shit was sick. Yeah.
Yeah. I think like Kevin Blackwood pulling a sweet match out of fucking DJ Hyde was that's the jam. I've known DJ for a long time. I love DJ. Like, but to hear like you and fucking DJ went really good is fucking awesome.
Yeah, talk about
it. He gave the big lariat finish and everything.
Yeah, and it was probably the most painful match I've ever experienced. I got knocked out wrestling Brody King, and this hurt more than that because everything he did was just so painful,
like hammers coming down on you.
It was fun, and he liked it.
Yeah,
and like he talked about bringing down Buffalo guys to CZW.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a matter of time before a Buffalo car starts going to CZW on a regular basis.
Yeah,
makes too much sense.
Yeah, I think that's in the near future, and it's just it was cool to hear that weekend was such a fucking kick-ass weekend.
Yeah, and I mean that was like thing, and then you guys all did extra work too. Like that was the same week, right?
Yeah, it was that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, like that was like one of the things. Like out here, there's no such thing as doldrums on Warped Tour, which is like. Doldrums are like one of those things where you're just stuck working for 40 hours a week, or like 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 there's, or like those weekends where there's not wrestling.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you're just like okay, and like it feels weird when Friday, Saturday, and Sunday come around and you have nothing to do. Even though that's a weird thing to like say, like oh man, I have that weekend off. I can go like hang out with my friends or fucking see movies. But like on Warped Tour, you kind of just get in this. You just kind of get into like this repetitive thing. Every day is kind of like Groundhog Day, and the only thing they really kind of throw at you is like you wake up at in the morning, and at 9:30 you get the schedule, and you're like, oh shit, we play at 2 today instead of yesterday where we played at 6. You know what I mean? That's the only thing they really kind of throw you for a loop. And then every day you look for an Anytime Fitness, you go your workout on or whatever like that, and like it's the same day every day. What am I going to eat? When am I going to eat? Then you go to sleep. So like me, I had the opportunity to like literally pay attention to like all of it. Like so social media, like I could keep up on social media on like everything that you guys were doing, and then obviously like we're all in the chat together, so you get these like updates like oh my god, like Puff ate fucking 12 filet mignons like blah blah blah
38.
Yeah.
47.
But you know what I mean, like and we're like keeping up on it, and it was funny because like I get to live like obviously I'm in shoulder surgery recovery now too, so wrestling is like obviously like my brain constantly never stops thinking about it, but like I haven't been in a ring, near a ring, in now it's been almost 3 months, so it's kind of cool to like live vicariously through guys that obviously like me being 40 and young, like you guys being younger. It's like I'm never going to have children, but now I have like 4 illegitimate children that like I live vicariously through. You know what I mean? So yeah, like that whole weekend was like something cool, and it was like it charged me up because I'm coming back soon, obviously like at the end of August, and I haven't even thought of wrestling. You know what I mean? Like in that sense, me like going and like doing anything. So that like really charged me up, and I was like, oh shit. And then like I started like oh fuck, I'm gonna start like thinking of stuff I want to do when I get back, and like I didn't see any of the matches or anything like that, just getting text messages, then seeing social media like light up about fucking Puff looking at Ronda Rousey, and then fucking Kevin, a picture of like Kevin Bennett like holding like Kane's mask, and like do you know what I mean, like the craziest shit, Vinnie Moon getting kicked in the face by Asuka, and then obviously like you wrestling Gulick, you know what I mean, which was like crazy to me because like that morning, we all got the news that you were like it was like you guys all were supposed to get in-ring stuff or whatever like that, and then for some reason it didn't work out, but then it just got announced that you were gonna wrestle Gulick, and then like instantly I knew he was gonna message Gulick, but then like I messaged Gulick and I was like, dude, if you had anything to do with this, like thank you so much. Like, this is the most insane thing ever. And like I told him, I was just like, these kids are the ones I like live vicariously through. So like, it literally is like watching one of my kids like doing this and like stuff like that. And like I said, I have no hand in training you guys at all. It's just a matter of like, we've kind of traveled and you know, we kind of do a lot of things together. So it's like, and obviously I'm like old, so you know, it's one of those things. It's just like, oh my god. And then Gulick just sent me a heart back, and that was it. And it was like, which is like the coolest thing in the world, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was just like a crazy thing. And then obviously like Kev was fucking wrestling, you did all the fucking stuff that, like I said, to drag a match out of like DJ, you know what I mean? Like, so that whole week was just like, oh my god. And it just seemed like you guys were literally in a car, you guys were in cars for like a week straight, and I was like, fuck, they're doing it, man. Like, everyone was out doing stuff. Jesse was like in Orlando, like you were in Canada wrestling, you guys were like doing developmental stuff, and it was just like, holy shit, man. Like, everyone's doing something cool right now. And it's like, I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's like, man, like pride. And then obviously I sent you guys, like, I was sending you guys these fucking crazy, like, at night sleepy like messages of just being like sitting in my bunk, like fired up, like, you know, Trey Miguel saying that he had a fucking great match with you, like one of his best matches. It was just like fired up, and I was like, fuck, man, like I'm so fucking pumped right now. Like, I just want the fire. Like, I want you guys to like realize that, like, yeah, stay hungry, stay fucking whatever I said anyways. But yeah, so yeah, please, now I want to talk about developmental. I know I was like just talking right there, but me living vicariously through you guys was like insane. And then like that was like literally the week where I was like, if I don't start like doing stuff now, I'm not gonna do it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a pull-up. All right, I did one pull-up, and then ended up doing 60 pull-ups. You know what I mean? Like, I did 115 2 days ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, stuff like that was just like, all right, come on, like, here we go, you know? So yeah, you guys were like the, I guess, the gas on the fire or whatever. So that was sick. Now let's talk.
But I think I was gonna say too, like, I think the important thing and the good thing for you guys too is like, because I know how you feel, like, especially like, you know, the 3 days of extra work is one thing, but then you're rolling right off of the 3 days with CZW Smash too. So it's like you get that feeling of like wrestling full time and wrestling every day, and it's like you're like, holy shit, man, this is like what I want to do, and this is what I've been working towards. And then the trick is to try and keep that schedule up. Mm-hmm. But I mean, and now, you know, literally you guys are leaving tomorrow for fucking Limitless. And then what is it? It's Limitless. What's the second day? Nova, and then the third
Nova
day
in Virginia, and then we got Revenge
Erie, Pennsylvania. So it's the thing. It's like you guys, it's good because that's just how this shit works, man. Like, whether you can see it or not, like, you just get busier and busier and busier. And like I said, that's just how you end up building a schedule. You know what I mean? Like, Limitless becomes a normal thing. CZW becomes a normal thing. CZW runs the second Saturday of every month. You know what I mean? ESW is a normal thing. Smash is a normal thing. And then before you know it, every single weekend is full with good, legit shows. You know what I mean? So it's awesome, man. And you know, and then the cappers that you guys did 3 days of fucking successful extra work and that radar, and it's just cool how it's all coming together.
But you guys even did, like, after the extra work, then Blackwood met up with you guys, and then you guys did a weekend after that, right?
Yeah, in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Well, you guys did Philly, New Jersey. Me and Bennett went separate. We just did the one New Jersey.
Yeah, which is like, you guys did a full week of wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked up a show on the Wednesday too, so it was like, we got back that Tuesday. How late did we get back?
Like 5 a.m.
It was rough. I almost killed us like 30 times on the drive. But
Puff, what'd you do on that ride home?
oh yeah, you drove 1 hour and then complained and then slept.
Guys, I'm getting pretty tired. I don't know if I can continue this.
And then, like, I almost kill us. Like, one time I'm over here, I wake up, I'm on the other side of the road. Puff is just like, "You good, bro? You good?" I'm like, "No, I'm not good." And then he just goes back to sleep. Yeah. But then we got back home, and then I just picked up a show, that Southern Tier. It was like a fair show on a Wednesday. Like, I just wanted to make it like continuous, you know. So
yeah, it was cool.
The best was when you guys said, and then you get out of the car and Puff's like overselling it, like, like slapping himself.
He's faking, so he doesn't have to drive. Yes, you were.
I was not.
I think you were.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I was really falling asleep at the wheel.
So, how far? Limitless is how far is that drive?
9 hours.
9? Actually, I thought it was worse. I mean, 9 is
and
long.
Then I think it's another 9 to Virginia.
Yeah.
And then how long is it to
Erie?
That's only a few hours.
I think that's like 5, something like that.
It's good shit.
It's like 3.
No.
3. Oh.
To Erie?
Oh. Shout out
From Virginia?
Yeah.
Shout out Harlow O'Hara for letting us stay at her Airbnb.
Oh, yeah, Scratching. Thank
whatever.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
It's a little farther than that. You got to remember that you're going all the way across the state of PA on that.
Yeah,
Right.
PA is big.
And a little bit of West Virginia.
Yeah, Pennsylvania and Ohio are just very big.
We get to sleep for that one because we're gonna do Limitless, and then we gotta leave.
Yeah.
Because I think Nova is like earlier in the day. So to make like call time or whatever, we're gonna have to leave. We just gotta leave Maine after the show, and we're just gonna take shifts sleeping. Well, me and Daniel are. Puff's just gonna sleep the whole way.
Do you guys know who you're working at Limitless?
I am doing a Limitless. I'm in a 6-man scramble.
Okay.
6-person scramble.
Okay, gotcha.
It is Eli Everfly, Austin Theory, this dude Nico Silva, Jay Freddy, Kevin Blackwood, and Harlow O'Hara.
Oh shit.
All right. So
Stokely Hathaway rings.
are you wrestling?
No.
Dan? No.
I'm
Puff?
going to pay my.
You're just going to network?
dues.
Okay.
I think there's a good chance Randy might throw you guys on though.
He said if anything opens up.
Yeah.
But
Are you going with him,
dude,
Bennett?
You never know, man. Shit like guys get hurt, guys don't make the drive. Like shit always pops up.
Yeah, Bennett's not coming. He only cares about Erie, PA, and Orlando, Florida. And respecting the business.
That's what this business is built on. Respect.
Yeah. That's a long weekend. 9 hours. You guys better do shifts.
Yeah.
Do 3-hour shifts.
Yeah. You better do some shifts,
I'll try my hardest.
No, you won't.
Say will.
No, you won't.
Okay.
Yo, if you go last, that's 6 hours you could sleep, and you'll still wake up and be like,
That's like a full night. But tell him about your experience this past weekend when you had to fix the flat tire.
did I?
Oh yeah. Did you see the tweet about Puff sleeping?
This man, he'll tell you this is not true. But we had just left Buffalo. We were gonna go back to where I'm staying at my parents' house right now and just stay the night there. And I feel the thud of the thumping of a flat tire.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, all right, well pull over. I'm magically I miraculously I know how to change a tire.
Yeah.
Because I don't know shit about doing
Cars,
anything on a
yeah.
car, but I'm getting it off. I got it jacked up. I got all the lug nuts off, and I go to take the wheel off, and it's rusted on, so I can't get it. And I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Puff says, let me see that crowbar thing, and he taps it. He hits it, kicks it with his fucking foot with a Croc on it. Tie-dye Crocs. He goes, oh, that's not gonna do it. Yeah, no shit.
And then that was it.
So I gave up for a minute and I tried to drive a little farther, see if it'll loosen up. I stopped a few times. None of these times did he get out, but he says he did.
No.
He stayed in the front.
I know I didn't get out on those times, but the wheel wasn't coming off. How was I gonna help?
I know. I'm just saying. But by the last time, between the first time and the last time, there was 10 to 15 minutes time, and in that time, he fell asleep. So he was asleep when I pulled over under a bridge.
Yeah.
Wait, found a rock,
and you eventually got the
jacked it up, and bashed it with the rock. And he as soon as I bash it, he goes, shakes his head. He wakes up, immediately goes, well, that sounds like something.
Well, I will say, you did tell me you weren't gonna stop again, and we were just gonna go to the fucking rest stop and do something. So I didn't expect you to be coming out of the car.
That was the
until we got to the rest stop.
That was the green light to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Well, because the rest stop, he was driving 10 miles an hour, and it was 6 miles away, so I knew we had some time.
So I could close
So
my
what the fuck
eyes.
ever, man. I don't know.
I'm just going to shut his eyes for a bit.
Yeah, legit fell asleep while you're changing a flat
It was
tire.
also 1:30 in the morning after training, so I was beat.
It was not. It was 11.
Was it?
Yes, it was not that late.
If it was after training has around.
Because Pup, you gotta Pup. We've heard stories of Pepper yelling at Lamar for falling asleep. Pepper doesn't yell at anybody, and you fall asleep on every drive.
This is an intervention, Puff. You need to stop falling asleep on drives.
You drink energy drinks.
A lot of them.
All the time.
I don't know why they're not working.
Because you drink them so much.
They're just a drink now.
They're just a drink.
Yeah, at this point.
It's like water to you by this point.
Puff, I did say not to throw you under the bus more, but the last time we went to C4, what was that? It was like 4.5 hours or something, and we were like not even a half hour into the drive, and I looked up in the rear view and I could already see like I was like, I was like, Jesus,
I didn't go to sleep.
I don't know, I don't remember.
Nah,
It's like,
you did.
It's like, dude, you got like 4 more hours.
I didn't fall asleep.
Yes, you did.
Guys, moral of the story is this. Maybe Puff has it right. Maybe he does sleep, so then he's charged up and ready to go. The problem is he's not charged up and ready to go.
Yeah, he's
what
not
I'm saying
charged up. He's tired during the day too.
Put Puff in shotgun, because he's gonna pass out anyways. And then
my
you guys
favorite-
go out.
My favorite text that we've gotten in the chat is yesterday when Pepper said, "Puff, if you sleep till 1 p.m., I'll kill you."
So I wanted to get here early, and I was like, and Puff was all right, and I was like, fuck, man, what if we're like texting him all morning, he's not waking up? I was like, God damn.
Yeah, but then fucking Blackwood comes an hour and a half late, you piece of shit. Fuck you.
It wasn't that late.
Our bus driver on this tour has been late like almost every morning. Mark Ferrari. His name's Mark Ferrari.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And like we would tell him like, dude, we've been late. And he's just like, all right, man. Hey. And he's like, he's a vegetarian dude, so he, like every morning he eats Goose's stuff. Like Goose is vegetarian, so he just like he eats Goose's stuff.
Eats his food.
Yeah. He eats Goose because he just sees like vegetarian stuff. So like, oh, cool. Like he's gonna eat this.
He must have got it for me.
That sounds like
just,
Puff. That sounds
eats
like
it.
a lot like Puff to me.
I always am
Puff-
stealing people's
Puff,
vegetarian
Puff, Puff comes to my house the other day. Proceeds to take a wine glass from my drawer.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Takes my brother's low-fat chocolate milk.
I asked whose it was. You said I could have some.
and pours Captain Crunch in the wine glass with chocolate milk.
It's a good move.
And
It's a good
starts
move.
eating it.
By the way, if anyone wants a delicious,
You offered me cereal and I took some.
I didn't know you were gonna put it in a wine glass.
Sorry, it was a
bro.
weird utensil, bro. I didn't know where you keep.
I like that too because, like, on and off, Puff will worry about carbs,
yeah.
but then he'll have cereal in a wine glass.
Hey, we don't need to get this serious with Puff right now. He's went through enough.
Yo, if anyone wants to know a delicious treat, Blackwood, this is good for you too.
Okay.
You know the
Salad.
pretzels with like peanut butter in the middle?
Yeah.
Take those, get some Cocoa Pebbles, fill your mouth with Cocoa Pebbles, take 2 of those, put it in your mouth, and eat it all at once. They need to make it. It's like one of
What do
the.
they make?
It's just like this crazy.
Cocoa Krispies.
Dude, it has every feeling in it.
Every sense of taste and
That,
flavor.
the only reason why I say that is I don't have milk right now. So last night I was like hungry and I had those two things, and I just kept eating them together, and they were great. Yeah,
And they were great.
and I had to poop real bad. Last night I had to make Mark
real bad
Ferrari
right now.
pull over because I had to poop so bad.
Oh, really? Like the whole bus had to
outside
pull
Dude,
out?
are you ready for the story?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
So truck stops are weird, and I went into the truck stop, and as I like pulled the door shut, my hand like slipped off of it, and I like closed it. I was like, oh, that's real weird because it was like greasy. And then like I sat down. When I sat down, like I mean, poop was there. Like as soon as I like pulled my pants down and sat down, poop just came out. There was shit all over the wall, and then a huge glob of like lube. Like right where, you know, like the middle of the seat, you know, you get that like the hole in the seat. There's a glob where my prick is like centimeters from it, like about to like the middle of my prick was about to touch this like glob of lube.
Did you stick it in?
No, but I was like, that was real weird, dude. And like there's like shit on the wall, but there's like lube. So I was like, okay, I'm at a truck stop. Who is the sick fuck who's tugging with lube in this like, you know, like shitter, you know what I mean? Like, or were dudes fucking in there?
Yes.
Or was someone fucking in there?
That's,
You know what I
that's
mean?
what I think, yeah.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Some people were having a good time at the truck stop.
Dude, it was weird, man. Like, it was real weird, and like,
It's a weird vibe.
then I had to like leave and like retouch the thing to get out, and then had to like obviously like wash my hands or whatever like that. But it was like, it was a weird vibe, man. It was a real weird vibe. It was in like Ohio or like Indiana. That was my last night. They had to have been fucking. Two dudes fucking. Yeah.
Fuck. Did you guys like? Because I've done maybe the second time now. Like,
Change that subject.
the like the Buffalo Warped Tour setup, like with the tent and all that stuff behind the main stage. Did you guys have fun and stuff today?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sweet day. Man.
It was a lot of fun. Warped Tour is very tiring though.
Dude, it's a long day.
My legs hurt.
He does it every day.
That's crazy.
Like I had my like my watch gimmick that would like count my steps.
Yeah.
It like for some reason won't charge in my charger. So I haven't been using it. But I mean, I walked like, I think the first day I walked like 9.5 miles. The second day I walked 12. Like, and I've been doing that like the whole time. And like, yeah. But now there's like no bands I like. All the bands I like left the tour.
Really?
And like I like Twisted, and I like this band called Gulick, and like that's it. So, yeah, my walking is gonna go down.
No love for Real Big Fish.
Zero love.
Did you guys watch the Goblin band? What's it called?
Yeah, we were on stage with them.
You guys didn't come with us.
Was it cool? Yeah, we had to go. We went and got something.
First song, Daniel leans over to me and he goes, "I don't think I can stay up there this whole time."
We didn't.
It was too much.
We
for
definitely
you?
didn't.
Yeah, they bounced. I was having a good time.
It was cool for a couple songs. Though.
It's cool. No, it's like the Goblin guy is cool, and like the music is like, it's like very technical and like they're all talented musicians.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like a novelty thing for
lot.
me. Like I wouldn't listen to them.
Yeah.
I think the coolest part was there was like a girl like on stage like that Kevin knew.
Yeah.
And he gave me her Instagram.
I had a great time.
The coolest thing was some girl was there.
No.
She was really pretty. And to the girls in the plaid pants that we saw in the Superman, if you're listening to this by chance.
Lost connection.
Is Puppy all right over there?
Puff is moving around.
Yeah, Puff is hurting, man. It's moving and shaking.
It's comfortable for a long time until Dan moved it.
It's real hot in here.
It picked up quick. I thought like it's like you can feel like AC's on a little bit, but it's like the Sweatbox Studio. Bennett, I feel like you haven't talked enough, man.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Bennett, what do you got going on?
What have you done lately?
You guys want to hear a story where my kid?
Oh, I can't. I still can't.
Well, I'm gonna be a father.
Yeah, well,
Everybody.
Just so you know.
What was the story I was gonna tell? I don't know why.
Danny fucked you up.
What was it?
And I said Danny fucked you
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Said you had a story.
It was a random story. I forget what made me think of it, but I think it's because you were in. What was it? Just a fucking porta potty?
Yeah, it was
That's
like
what
not a
you-
porta potty. It was like at a truck stop,
Yeah.
in like a bathroom in a truck stop.
Yeah, this isn't really like related to that, but I was just thinking of it. Like, I peed in what is it? A tanning booth, like a stand-up.
What?
What?
Dude, you could have got
Yeah.
electrocuted.
Well, it wasn't in there. Like, I don't know if you've seen one of these
Would you
before,
just
but
piss on
like,
the floor?
yes. All right, so
You're a sick fuck.
What the fuck, man?
all right, so do you remember when I told you guys like I used to drink a gallon of milk every day?
Yeah.
So I was drinking a gallon of milk every day, and I was seeing this chick from Wisconsin, right? She was in the car waiting for me, and I think I just finished my gallon of milk for the day.
Nice.
And when you drink that shit, dude, it goes right through you, man. Like, you have to pee like within
You drink a gallon of anything. It's
Yeah.
gonna go right through
dude,
you. Yeah.
10 minutes, man. So I thought, I could just tan real quick. I didn't have to pee before I went in there. So I'm like, all right, I'll be right back. Just tan for like 10
I
minutes.
love that. Wait a second. So this girl from Wisconsin's visiting you at the time?
Yes. Yes.
And you're like, hold up, wait in the car.
Wait in the car for
I
me
got
to
a
tan
tan.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Gotta get this milk in me and I gotta hit a tan real quick.
yes. So as soon as I get in there, it's a stand up. So it's like when you walk in there, there's like a little portion. I don't even know where I was tan. It wasn't Zoom tan. It was something else. But it was like you walk in, there's a little portion to get like changed, and then you can walk into the
Okay.
tanning
Yeah,
thing.
2 separate rooms.
Yeah. So, like, as soon as I get in there, I get undressed, I walk in. Man, I gotta piss so fucking bad. It was terrible. It hurt so bad. So it was the worst fucking pain of my life.
Pre-tan.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
It was as soon as I was in there.
Okay.
Yeah, so, like, I'm in there, and the pain was unbearable, dude. Like, it was to the point that I would have just pissed in, like, on the fucking bulbs. It was that bad. Yeah. So I said, fuck it. I got out into the little changing thing, and I just pissed right in the...
What, the garbage can?
Yeah.
Oh,
I pissed in the garbage can. Yeah. But...
I mean, it's still... It's
no.
pretty bad.
But still, it was horrible, right? And I pissed in there, and I actually tried to hold, like, the last bit of it, and, like, some of it got on my clothes. It kind of sucked. Right? So I get out. I end up changing.
You deserve that.
Yeah, it sucked. So I leave, and then I have to go tanning, obviously, the next day, right? And I see the lady. It's the same lady that's working, right? And I'm terrified. I think that she's going to somehow know I pissed in there, but it was, like, all water, so I don't even know if anybody would have known it was piss. So I go in there, and she's like, oh, my God. She's like, you are crazy. Are you nuts? And I'm like, what? She's like, I can't believe you are not wearing a jacket in this cold weather.
Oh, shit.
I was like, and then I just went tanning.
Yo, I got a similar story.
Let's hear it.
Not about pissing, though.
Okay.
So this is, like, early on. This is probably, like, 21, 22. And I'm driving from North Tonawanda to Buffalo to do some sketchy things with a female friend of mine. So I'm thinking, if I get a pre-tugger going in the car, I'll go. So I whip my dick out. I'm driving down the 190 next to the river.
Gee.
And I'm fucking tugging.
Working.
Yeah, like trying to get this thing fucking ready to rock. You know what I mean? So.
How was it?
The tug? Yeah. It was actually really nice. But so I'm tugging, and then fucking lights come up behind me. Like fucking cop lights, and I'm like, oh fuck, man, here we go. Like I've been they caught me literally red-handed jerking the fuck off while I'm fucking driving. Not pedophile, because there's no kids involved. It's just me jerking.
Just like, but yeah, indecent exposure.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh fuck, man, and I'm like, they're gonna know. Like then I'm gonna get pulled over and think I'm like putting my seatbelt on, but my seatbelt's on. I'm just getting a fucking pre-show tug in, so I get a good showing. You know what I mean? So, I'm like that. I pull over, and then he just kept driving, and I was like, "Oh my god,
that
man!"
feeling your stomach drop.
Did you keep jerking it after?
No, I just went in.
Where were you planning on putting
thing.
it though?
No, I wasn't gonna blow my load. I was just making sure I had a good showing going. I was getting her fucking fired up.
Just getting some blood work in there.
What?
That's backwards.
Why?
No, so you're ready to go.
Well, I thought you were gonna like finish, so that way you could have stamina. And
No,
then
I already
not
have
finish.
stamina.
Oh,
I know I have stamina.
My bad.
But it's just a matter of like you're getting out there, you're trying to get it excited.
Yeah.
You don't want to go and then have it just get limp in the middle of
It's
it.
like a warm up.
It's like warming up.
Yeah, you want to just you're going out there to perform at your utmost. It's like working out. Yeah, it's like that's exactly it. You want to get a pump. That's all I was just getting a pump.
Is that a problem you've had before? Or
No, but all I'm saying is that like all I'm trying to do is just get a pump. Like I was just trying to get psyched up. Like that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like I don't know. Like you guys never pregame.
Maybe I'll try that if a girl ever wants to talk to me.
Have you guys have never pregamed?
Damn, Danny. Oh, shit,
Damn.
Yo, right to the fucking Kickin' Ass podcast. It's Kickin' Ass podcast or pod, or is it podcast?
For
the email.
Oh, the email's kickinasspodcast@gmail.com.
Write to us. Let me know if you guys pregame.
Yeah. I want to hear you, Daniel-san.
Before coming. I mean, you can't I'm saying that I'm on my way out there, right? She hits me up and she says, yo, let's have sex. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm already stoked.
Yeah.
But I got the thing. I'm going to pregame it so that when I'm there, I'm ready to go right away.
Yeah. I thought my analogy was perfect. You fucking, before you go out to a match, you do push-ups or squats and shit, getting ready, get primed up.
The analogy is perfect for the concept of it. I just don't
It's pre-gaming.
I have never had a problem.
It's not a problem of like performance. It's a problem of just being ready. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's being ready. The awkwardness.
Okay.
There's no fucking awkwardness. Like go in there.
But what if you go in and you're fucking like you're pregame and you're ready and she just wants to like hang out first?
No. It was a sexual. She
like
hit
like
me
that
up
is
and
like
said,
the intent of it.
It was let's have sexual intercourse basically.
That hard dick.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want that thing at its stiffest. I don't want to fucking go in there with fucking Laffy Taffy. There's nothing worse, dude. Are you kidding me? Laffy Taffing where you're fucking slipping around? It's not cool. You want to just go right in. It does
sound horrible.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, like you're saying, it's not like a problem where you wouldn't be ready, but now you're just extra.
I'm thinking about her.
Extra ready. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking about her.
Yeah, right.
This thing's at its stiffest.
I'm just trying to imagine, like, your stomach already drops when you're driving and, like, those lights turn on behind you. But, like, for that to happen with, like, literally with your pants down, it's like, fuck.
But if you think about it, like, what if I fucking came and then it never came back? So if I finished and it never came back, but you get it right to that point, and then you're putting it back, and then when it comes back out, wow.
That's some that's some good self-control.
It's like one in the
right there.
chamber, yeah.
That's like
That's what I'm saying.
That's
That's
like
a
being a
chamber.
monk.
It's perfect. It's nice. I'm telling you guys, pregame.
Like, nut before it, and then wait like an hour and a half, and then you're good to go. You last longer.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to wait a half hour, like an hour and a half.
Time it. Like I've timed it before.
Well,
It
in this case, like you were texted, and you just hopped in the car, right?
Yeah.
So he didn't have time for that in
How
this
far
case.
was she away from you?
Buffalo. She was in the city of Buffalo.
15 minutes. Yeah.
You're just
Get that
driving
thing out
down
and fucking
190
pregame.
south, tugging your dick.
It's like the something about Barry thing. Like, like you don't want to go out there with a loaded gun.
Yeah.
On like a date or like. But that's. I mean, your situation was different because.
He's got it cocked and ready.
Legit shotgun pump.
Yeah.
I just love the lights coming out.
Yeah.
That like I would probably have a heart attack because cops make me so nervous anyway. If I had my dick out and the lights came on, I'd be done.
The worst is this. There was a rumor going around that a dude from Buffalo got a really bad car wreck. And I'm not trying to put him on blast, but the rumor was he was fucking tugging when it happened.
Is he the reason that they had to change the speed limit at the Skojakuda?
No.
No, do you know why they had?
I know the reason.
Yeah, it's a pretty messed up reason.
So yeah,
stupid.
like
Doesn't make any
it was,
sense.
and that's what another thing. I was just like, oh my god, maybe this cop fucking saw me tugging and was like, no tugging, because this dude got
Is that
in Iraq.
against the law? Do we know? Is it against the law?
Yes,
to do that?
100%. You.
Oh, you're
Is it written in
you
there?
own the vehicle.
Oh, damn.
Well, while
it's
you're
in
driving
public
at the
still.
same, when you were
It's still
driving at the
public
same
domain.
time.
If any cops are listening to this, email Kicking Ass Podcast. Tell if it's illegal
It's
to
absolutely-
beat off in your own car. There was a guy who
While you're driving, yes,
my
absolutely.
my mom works downtown.
It was nighttime.
Was it?
It was like 12:30.
It was nighttime, so the laws don't
Yeah,
apply.
past midnight.
My
While you're
mom-
driving, it's okay.
My mom works downtown, and there's a like she parks in this parking lot, and there was a dude who would just like sit in the parking lot and masturbate all the time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
He's a sick fuck. He's a
He's
sick
on the move
fuck.
he's on the way to a girl, so I think it's fair.
I'm going. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That
Like,
is just being a creep.
get me. I'm trying to perform at my best. That's what I'm saying.
He's doing
practice,
push-ups
dude.
before a match.
MJ
I-
never went into a game before.
Semi-related, I've jerked off at almost every place I've worked since like 2008.
I like that 100%.
Same.
I'm glad I'm not alone
Same.
on that. Because Daniel just threw his hands up in disgust.
Sorry, dude.
But I'm glad I'm not alone.
You got to remember that the last time I actually. This is an awful thing to say. The last time I actually had a real job
That's what I'm saying.
was almost 20 years ago.
I never knew you had a real job.
17 years ago. Like, I used to work with my sister's husband. And, like, I don't know if I ever jacked off at that place. Because it was always weird because he was there. Because it was just him and I that worked there. So that would be weird. But I did that. We would listen to, like, normal radio. And it was awful. But, like, if you listen to normal radio all the time, then you start, like, thinking about, like, what is good and what is bad on normal radio. And there was a Stain song I liked. I would like wait for that song to come on and be like, oh, this is cool.
That's a
Because it was like,
sentence that is shocking to me.
Because it was okay. You know what I mean?
There
Like,
was a Stained song I like, Andy Williams.
Yeah.
I like the radio.
I hate the radio, but I don't think I jerked off at that one, but I've probably jerked off at almost every other one. I'm sorry, bud.
I've never jerked off at the place I work. I'm a reliable employee.
You're probably just not. I mean, you were like, you still are a Christian boy, raised a Christian, like a hardcore Christian boy.
Well, yeah, but
Your
I feel like-
perversity probably isn't at our level.
well, yeah, but I just feel like I wouldn't jerk off at a.
I used to jerk off to an 8-bit
Most
strip
public
poker
areas.
game that came out in like the
Bennett.
fucking like early 90s.
Kevin Bennett has a good story for us that involves wrapping paper.
Don't tell me.
About what?
I don't think you should say that on the podcast.
It's
This man's
weird.
about to have a fucking kid. Don't put him on
He's gonna
blast.
incriminate himself so hard right now.
He wants to get signed
I
to
mean,
the Fed.
we don't have we don't have to get into the details of it. But
Okay, you could do like
What
a
do you
PG.
mean? That's the only way to get into
There-
it.
there is
just banging some Christmas wrapping paper,
Oh,
bro.
come on. That's too much already.
You know,
This man made a
There's
sweet.
no way to tell the story without
mean-
actually getting into detail.
story.
I don't know. Somebody else tell it.
Okay, let me get on this. I don't know the exact.
Then you, all right, you should
Utensils?
Tell if you don't know it. I know it.
Okay.
I hate this, but I'll incriminate Bennett for him.
Okay.
How old were you?
Shit, I don't know. 17. 16?
Too old to be doing this.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say like 12 or 13.
He was too old to be doing this.
Wait, how old?
Maybe 16 or 17.
Oh, yeah, that's you. Yeah, you're fucking everything at that point. I'm sticking your dick. You're sticking your dick in everything.
I'm sticking.
All right, so
I'm just.
And my girlfriend didn't want to do shit.
his girlfriend didn't want to bang, so to make up for it, he took his mom's fucking Christmas wrapping paper.
Uh-huh.
He broke. You broke the end open, right?
It was my mom.
It's so, well, it wasn't
Like
yours.
It was like wrapped in like the plastic, so like
It had the plastics. It was brand new.
Yeah.
So you broke the plastic open at the end, right?
Yeah.
It was already broken.
Okay, it was broken
That's
open.
how I got the idea.
So you took a latex glove and filled it with Vaseline.
Yes.
Stuck the other end between his mattress and his box spring,
Oh.
and he fucked that.
Yo, inventive.
To complete, literal MacGyver fucking.
It was like
To completion.
it's like a
McGiver.
It's like a fleshlight before its time, like a fleshlight you could like put in place.
I love it. I love that. idea.
Yo, please laugh into the microphone.
Just feeling good about
No,
it.
there used to be this like porn mag that was like, and when I was a kid, you just find porn in the woods. And I remember this like porn mag, and it was like in the area of like where the stories are towards the end of it, and there was always the start of it was a dick like next to a cantaloupe that looked like a vagina, and I would always think about like fucking a cantaloupe. I never did.
Yeah.
Yo, have you ever seen the video of like
The woman,
the grapefruit?
yeah,
The slurping, like, oh my god.
it's insane.
Have you ever read through the comments?
Have you ever gotten a boner watching it?
No.
Sorry, guys.
The comments are just like arguments between like every blowjob should sound like this or it absolutely shouldn't sound like
So
this.
weird.
I don't want citrus anywhere near the tip of my.
No.
No, man. I've gotten some weird stuff in there. You don't want anything like that. Sorry, guys.
This took a wrong turn.
Oh, right turn.
or the best turn.
The best possible turn.
Yeah.
This is about tug time.
You got real hard.
I got a
Yeah.
UTI from a
Oh, boy.
Oh, gross.
I mean,
basically a fleshlight
yeah.
because I bought it. No, it's a mouth. But it was Sasha Grey on the box. I was like, oh, okay.
okay.
I'm in. All right, I like it. It originally vibrated, but the vibrating thing died real early on.
Yeah.
So, but I bought it in like 2015,
Yeah, it was
and I used it
from
one
not
time,
cleaning
and
it.
I thought I cleaned it pretty well, but apparently not. And then the next time I used it was like 2016, and like 2 days later, like pissing was the most painful thing ever.
Did you have to get a shot?
No,
Or
I
you
just
did
I
pills?
bought like the cranberry thing.
Oh,
like,
okay. You did like the
with, like
self-remedy.
whatever girls buy for the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah,
just the pills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Very
it sucked.
Very
I
cool.
called into work that day.
Very cool.
I'm pissing razor blades, guys.
I texted my boss. I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a UTI and I can't come to work.
Tell this story. I will tell this story until the day I die. Like that was one of the first stories Josh Barnett told me. Was he was like, yeah, man, like I went and like ate this like really hot soup. Like they had like a challenge it was like a ramen place in LA, and they had this thing where they would make like this extremely hot soup, and if you could drink it in under an hour, you would like win something or whatever. Well, he went in, literally just put it down and just drank it as fast as he could. And like,
That's a man.
but he was like, yeah, it wasn't that
hot, like spicy.
Like, yeah, like
Okay.
spicy hot. And then the next day, he was like pissing fucking razors. And immediately he was like, oh shit, like I got something. So he calls his doctor. He's like, yo, this is like rough. I'm hurting bad. Like, you got to check me out. Like, I think I have an STD. And the doctor's like, yeah, come in. They run all the tests and stuff like that. They swab them out, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, there's nothing there. Like, did you eat anything? You like eat anything or drink anything? And he was like, yeah, okay, I'll see you. And he just like cut him off. Like, remembered he was like pissing the soup.
Yeah, whoops.
Like out of his dick. Like, yeah.
God.
Sorry, Josh.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Sounds like a great time.
Josh Barnett is a man's man.
Man's man.
I heard. Did you ever see the video of him? Mike, he was telling me about it.
Fixing the guy's nose?
No.
That's like a famous picture.
Taking like a 25 or a 45 like plate
With
and
his
just
hand.
like picking
Yeah.
it up by like the knob.
He used to do
Grip strength.
he used to do that all the time. I've seen him like I can do a 25, and then when we got to the 45, I couldn't even get it off the ground. He like picked it up, held it, and then dropped it.
That's crazy.
But didn't you say it's like a crazy feeling if he just like grabs your wrist?
Oh, his
I bet.
grip strength's insane.
Like just terrifying.
I almost outdid him in the gym. I would
Really?
say if we didn't go do cardio, I would have had him. We were doing like Romanians, like Romanian deadlifts. Man couldn't do a pull up.
Really?
Yeah, it was sick. But he's got bad shoulders, so
Yeah.
I'll bury him on that one. But yeah, he's extremely strong. Like grip strength wise is just wild. And then he did this thing where he like went on a bike.
He has like the thing on the bike.
It was me, him, and Shayna Baszler. And Shayna went first and made it 6.5 minutes, where you sprint for 30 seconds and then cruise for 30 seconds, but you sprint on the hardest level on like an electric bike or whatever.
Tarek was telling me about that.
Dude, she made it 6 minutes. He went like 9 or 10 minutes. I went 2 minutes. Not even. I barely made 2 minutes. I was like, dude, I can't do this. My legs were like,
Quivering.
the lactic acid had built up so fast in my leg on those sprints because you're pushing as hard as you can.
Yeah.
There was no fucking way. But I watched that man go 9-10 minutes.
That's
and then
insane.
Shayna go 6 minutes. Like, was insane. And like he was whimpering, like someone was like poking him with something, like because he was like in so much pain, but just kept going.
It's insane, man.
That's what that dude is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's
it's a
like
man.
hard.
Yeah.
He's a fucking hard man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pushing,
You know?
pushing yourself past the point of fucking failure.
Almost throwing up. You know what I mean? Me out 2 minutes, almost throwing up. Ugh. We're the same age.
Yeah.
I'm just a pussy.
You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up and get the fuck out of this
Hot as
room.
fucking here, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you very much.
Thanks for doing this, guys.
Kevin Bennett.
Thank you.
Give us the close.
Shall I do it? Shall I give it to him?
Give it to him.
Do it on Brad mode.
He's in the ring, brother.